Gender discrimination.
Gender rights, gender wage gap.
Okay. And so that becomes so wage gap in a specific context. Will that be more specific?
No.
Like because you have said
Gender wage
gender
gap
rights,
by state.
huh?
Gender wage gap by like, country.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have to talk about the particular context in the country also because it's different everywhere, right? So could you don't have to draw the triangle or anything, but just write one, a problem or issue that is important to me. Two, gender discrimination. Discrimination. Three, gender rights and wage gap. And four, in the particular context or the country that you're talking about. So that will be the most specific thing so that your writing is not confused. Okay, so if you're writing about discrimination, it can go all over the place. And even something, for instance, like gender discrimination or gender rights. But as long as you put everything into context and answer when, where, what, how, your writing makes more sense, right? So could you write that there? Just write one, a problem or issue that is important to me in the doc.
Yeah.
Just write that in the doc.
Uh,
So I'm asking you to write down a step by step so that like it gives you context whenever you're looking at it later on. Okay, fine. Now, if you're writing this as your blog, Prantyon,
uh,
what do you think? So, whenever you're writing whatever blog, okay, so like even if you're in a newspaper or in e-news company, wherever, you always have to map down your audiences, okay? Because obviously to sell that blog or to sell that paper, you need to cater to different sections of the society, right? So whenever a particular blog is given to you also have to map down what is your target audience and like who are the people who are going to read it, so you write it accordingly. So if you were to write a blog on this, what do you think your target audience will be? Like who is going to take up that blog and read it?
yeah. Um,
So who do you think will do that? A gender wage gap in a particular country we're talking about, right?
India. Worst
India.
country ever for women. Really, anyone.
Huh?
Okay, I mean,
There's wage gap.
India's a shit country for women, is what I meant.
Okay, I get that. But I'm saying wage gap is in a lot of places as well. So like depend wherever you want to write about. So just because you're here, you might.
I don't know. Maybe we can write about like obviously poor countries will have a worse wage gap. Like some countries, the women don't even work at all. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
No,
So I think
it's
we should
completely fine
compare.
if you write about India, but I'm just saying, to specify there. So India. Now, to think about the audience. So like once you write about it, who do you think your audience will be?
Young dumb woman.
Okay, great. And set two.
Huh?
Set two target audiences, right? So that is a small section. For it to sell more, I want you to map two sets of audiences. So strong women and then
Yeah, you mean dumb, right?
and
Maybe like maybe company managers, like HR people, whoever decides, the pay amount.
great. Very good. Write that down. Or do you think activists also will be a part of it?
Yeah, I wrote that.
Who called at 1 a.m.? HR doesn't call you.
Fine, regular manager, whoever.
HR doesn't call you. Okay,
I meant
so
like manager,
sales.
and like regular managers.
Okay, got it. Fine. All right. Okay, fine. And purpose, as we know, is really pretty clear. But what is the purpose of your writing, Pradyun?
Or no, to study the gender wage gap, see how big it is. Like some people don't even think it exists, and actually I'm not sure about if it really exists or how big it is. So yeah, maybe just to research.
Okay, wait. You said dumb women. I heard dumb women. What is this? Okay, 1 second. Why is that, Pradyun?
Look, if they're young men, I would call them dumb too.
No, I'm just saying why. You are targeting your writing. You are having to sell something here. So
Abe,
do you think this is an issue? You think
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. I meant young dumb men. I would have said young dumb men too if we were.
Okay, fine, got it. Cool. And now we are saying, so just why only women? Like men also have to know about it. It's just a gender wage gap, right? So like everyone there, it doesn't have to be so specific, right? Because what about the people who are getting people who are hiring? There are men too there, right? So
Yeah,
we know about it existing. So only women target, so it can't make any change. So I'm sure the what is your pop? That's what I'm
yeah,
asking. What is the
exactly. Which
purpose
is
of
why
your
I have
writing?
managers, right? Those guys can change
So
it.
how do you know? Okay, fine, cool. Not to assume the managers will only be men, right?
I
But
mean, I didn't say they were only men, but most of them were men, I think.
okay, I'm just yeah, fine, get it. So purpose.
Yeah,
Tell me what the purpose of your writing is.
yeah. Um,
Like, is it to make change or is it just for the article or what?
I guess it's to research the gender pay gap and how it affects women and all that.
Oh, to research it. Okay. And any outcome from it or just to research and putting the facts out there?
Yeah, I'm just putting the facts out.
Okay. And then people can take a decision accordingly, right? Cool. You can put that in as well. Purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are you putting it in?
huh?
Purpose.
Purpose. Yeah,
Okay. Um, okay, fine. So it's you don't want it to be as a base for change. You just want people to know about all the facts and make decisions accordingly. Okay, that's fine. Um, so by textual, non-textual ideas is what I mean is what would you do to propagate it? Whatever your writing is, whatever you have come up with, how do you think you're going to propagate it? Like some textual ideas for change, for whatever to happen. Like you've addressed an issue, now you have to do something about it, right? Just putting out facts, I understand, but you have to also come up with some solutions for it, like textual or non-textual, something that can be written or some other ideas that you might have. Is my question clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what?
Ideas. I'm talking about ideas, and you have to write down ideas, like how to create the change. It can be something textual, like laws and policies and all of that, or it can be something non-textual, movements, whatever. Like have to come up with few solutions to the problem you just addressed, whatever ideas you have for it. Only government, not so what about the private organizations? But then how is wage gap gonna get fixed by this?
I mean, the government can do something, right?
I mean, if it's a public sector, then yes. But what if it's a private company? Like there you have
Yeah, yeah,
certain
yeah.
people.
Then managers, I wrote managers now.
So no, so I'm saying by asking them to stop calling you, how will the issue get solved? Maybe policy change, hiring, hiring policies and all.
Nah, man, that's dumb because it will just look. All we need to do is just change how much money we give them, right? Like we can like show how it's more productive to have to give women equal, uh, you know, you know,
Yeah.
wage to men. We can show how that motivates them and makes them more productive at work,
Hmm.
and also how it encourages more women to join your company, and so there's more scope for growth.
But what about the fact that most companies just hire certain women, like these number of women, just to match the criteria of having a mixed group of people? Okay, so they just do it for the fact ki, like whenever someone else is studying or analyzing their company, then they shouldn't be coming in and saying, you have only two or three women. They just do it for the criteria. Okay, mostly certain companies still look to hire men, and we're addressing that as well, right? So
Yeah,
is there any solution to that, like convincing them? I'm sure a lot of people have tried convincing and it didn't work, right?
yeah,
Okay, fine. I can give you time to think about it. You can maybe come back to it later. Okay.
okay.
Cool. um Fine. We have let's just go over the style of decision making that we had done so that you remember it. Then we'll do one comprehension and get back to decision making again. Okay, so do you remember the four types of decision making styles that
Yeah,
we had spoken?
directive, conceptual, and analytic and behavioral.
Oh wow, great. Okay, so there's directive, conceptual, analytical, and behavioral. Can you tell me what they are
Directive, quick thinking, good for rational, logical decisions.
without reading? Okay, give me
Good for
examples.
rational, logical decisions that only matter in the short term. Conceptual is for more, big picture decisions, which, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, which can help in the long term.
Hmm.
Analytical is decisions where you really need to think about every variable, and you need to be careful and
Hmm.
really and think, and it's task oriented, and it
Hmm.
works best if you have a lot of time. And behavioral is more about is emotional decision making, more about like relationships, and emotions are given importance here.
Excellent. Great job. Okay. Now, my question to you is, what type of a decision maker do you think you are, Pradyun? Like, so all of these can be put. So it is true that each context, each specific context has a particular decision making style, like we spoke about it, like, right? We spoke about different situations and which decision making would work for it. We had also looked at a case study last class. But sometimes in different situations, you can play all of these decision making styles and choose the best. But what do you think? What type of a decision maker are you? Whatever be the problem. Do you have a general thing there?
Here's my style. I
Huh?
hide I hide under my bed and I hope it goes away.
That's how your decision making is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except I don't make a decision. I just hope it goes away.
Okay, but then do they go away?
Not really.
Then does it become bigger? Like, does it become a bigger problem if you just keep hiding from it?
Yeah.
Then how do you deal with it? Tell me. Because I'm also a little bit like you. So that's what I'm trying to know.
Yeah.
What,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so I'm just kidding. I think I'm a analytical decision maker.
So you are? That's great. I was hoping you are the former that you just told me because then we could have worked out a way together. Because I am that person
Analytical
who
decision
sometimes
makers are
hides.
basically that though. They sit on
Huh?
their they sit in on the I don't know. That's what analytical decision makers do. They do what I just said. They
No,
lie on the
you just don't sit under your bed and hide from it. You sit maybe alone and carefully think about it and then like
oh
take care
yeah,
of
yeah,
all the
kidding, I'm
variables, right?
kidding.
So you are doing the thinking. But the way you said, it's like you are just sitting and like avoiding it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are an analytical decision maker, or are you someone who will not make the decision? Now think about it and tell me. Analytical only,
A bit conceptual also.
conceptual also. That's great then.
Mm.
So you will help me make my decisions more analytical and conceptual because I think I'm a little bit directive and behavioral. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can help each other that way if we fall short anywhere. Cool. Because I want to be analytical, so let me know. Okay. So like any situations, behavioral is, whatever your decision is, you have to take care of all the, whoever as a person will be involved in it. You have to take care of the emotional and empathetic aspects as well, and maintaining your personal relationships in a particular problem. So you think when a decision is being made, you will make it for everyone, or you will take everyone, like you will ask everyone for help and like all of that. What do you think you will do?
Huh?
Like, I'm saying, whenever you have a decision to make, are you that person who will make a decision for everyone, or you will
No.
sit and take into everyone's account and then make the decision?
I take everyone's thing, you know.
You do? So
Yeah.
you're a little bit
And I
behavioral
don't
as
really
well.
like making decisions for everyone. I'd rather just have everyone do their own thing.
Okay, that's great. Excellent. Fine. Okay. So now that you know this, we'll just do a little bit of comprehension and we'll come back to this because I think you'll like what we have today. So, okay, fine. Should we just get over with the comprehension first, or should we get into leadership? It's your time to decide, Pradyun. Tell me. Decision making, come on. Be directive and tell me.
Directive.
Yeah. So tell me, what do we do comprehension or do we do leadership?
I'll do the leadership thing.
Okay, fine, cool. Okay. These are a few questions that I want you to answer first. Okay. So when I tell you the word leader, who or what comes to your mind? And I want you to be very honest. Like even if it's some picture or some symbol that comes to your mind, that's fine as well. So tell me.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm telling you leader. So can you think of someone that you consider as a leader? It or what? So we remember we were playing the word association game the first day. Now,
Yeah,
if I say leader to you, what word comes to your mind?
I don't know. Someone who's powerful and who is like confident and can make decisions for everyone.
Okay. So we are saying powerful. I'll just make the pointers in the chat. Okay. So we are saying powerful and makes decisions for everyone. Okay. So so we think that all leaders they take decisions for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to debunk that for you, but let's go step by step. Second is, can you name a person who you consider to be a leader? Famous or personal, like anything. Someone you think has the leadership qualities or like is a leader, or it can be famous as well.
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill, okay. Why do you think he is a leader? I mean,
Uh,
he is a leader. There's no thinking there. But why did you
he
take
does.
his
He
name?
never. He was a strong leader. He didn't give in to like Hitler. And
Okay.
actually, I want to talk about Hitler as a leader. And certainly, I guess he was a he was a great leader, but great in the sense that he's not good. Is what
You
I mean.
know what? I had just kept Hitler. I knew I wanted to come there. Like I wanted to talk to you about him. That's
Like
why I
he's
had kept
very like good
yeah.
at like getting his audience to like listen to him, and he's very charismatic, and he like and he appeals to the struggles of the common man, and he's able to give them something to fight for. I think.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I think he
Excellent.
blamed Germany's crisis on the Jews, so I think that led to a lot of like discrimination on them.
Hmm. Okay.
Actually, it's kind of normal for people to blame things on the Jews, so why not?
Yeah. It's what? No. No. But I understand where you're coming from when you're saying that. Okay. So since you said leaders take decisions for all and all of that, so Hitler is a very good example for that. Like even if you're against some of the decisions he's making, the way he appeals to you and appeals to his crowd and the way he talks is insane, right? So anyway, so what we'll okay, fine, that is done. So can you talk about the qualities you think are essential to be a leader? Like you can take into consideration who you have named right now, or some qualities that you feel are important. Like if you had to build a community and a leader right now, what are the qualities you would look for in a person? Imagine yourself to be an HR. Come on, tell me.
Qualities are confident, extroverted, uh, uh, charismatic, and
Okay,
dynamic.
and dynamic. Okay, all right. And would you consider yourself to be a leader or a follower? You can do a little bit of self-reflection and think. Do you think you'd be a leader, or do you think you are a leader, or do you think you follow better? Whatever.
Huh?
Fourth question. I'm saying, would you consider
No.
yourself to be a leader or a follower?
Follower.
Follower, and why would you say that?
I don't really take initiative. I just follow other people. That's
And do
why.
you think that goes well for you?
Not all the time. I know that sometimes the people who are leading are just stupid.
And then why
And
can't you say
I don't know.
much?
I just don't.
So what's the point, Pratyun? You might have better ideas that might work for everyone else, but you're choosing to stay
And they don't
quiet.
listen to me. So
Why?
no,
Why is that?
I don't know. They think I'm dumb. And I am,
Okay.
but not as dumb as them.
Exactly. So you should have the confidence to speak up there, right? When you're thinking that they're doing something dumb, so you have to put your views across. So the thing about this is, you don't be just a follower or just a leader. You can keep switching roles in situations, right? That's what we've been talking about. The context is really important wherever you are, right? So obviously, if I'm put into the White House right now, I will be a follower. I don't know anything about that. But if I'm put into somewhere when I know that I am probably better and I probably have better, more concrete ideas about some things and might have better solutions, I would always speak up, right, Pradyun? So I understand if you think that you are a follower, you're better that way because you don't want to take the hectic thing of always making decisions. But if you think you are right, just you have to speak up, right?
Yeah,
Because it otherwise it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you not? Okay. So now I want you to think about something which I also haven't thought about. So I want you to think about a time of crisis where you let people to arrive at a solution. I'm sure there will be something, even if it's a small thing at home. It doesn't have to be a great crisis. It can be some trouble where you led the people around you and you came up with a solution and you led them to the solution. Do you think about that?
time of crisis.
It doesn't have to be a major earth-shattering crisis, okay? Like anything small is also fine.
No.
Think
I
about it.
think I think one time we, uh,
Yeah. I
I
can
don't
give you
know.
a minute. Think I am giving you a minute, okay? I'm sure you might have something in school or some sort of anything at home while playing, some solution that worked for all of you, and it like you came out to be a leader in that moment is what I'm trying to say. I can share mine with you. So basically, I went to college. So I graduated this year, okay? Like I'm only a little bit older than you. So I went to college and there was this thing that we do called NSS. Okay, NSS is National Service Scheme. Have you heard about it?
No.
Okay. So I went to NSS, and basically you do charity, not charity work, but you do social service to like different sectors. So my sector was women employment. Okay. So employment, and so there was this place near where I used to live in Delhi, where it was basically a slum area. Okay. Where
Go
what?
away.
Huh?
This idiot came.
Yeah, it was basically a slum area. You want to go talk to them for a bit? You can go and talk and come.
No. You can talk to my feet.
Okay. So yeah. So there these women. So we were talking to them about coming to the fest that we had and trying to sell something handmade.
Yeah.
Did I lose you there?
No. No.
Okay. So we were like, you can come to the fest that we hold, and like a lot of kids come, right? So you can sell something handmade, and because they were unemployed and they had to live off their husband who was like some plumber or like whatever they used to do. So we were trying to get them to come to this park for a meeting, and no one would turn up. No one. They were like a lot of students have come and gone for us, and it doesn't matter to us anymore. Okay. So I told them ki listen, you guys just come, we don't have to talk about all of this, we don't have to talk about work or anything. You come for a cup of tea, we will give the money for the tea, just come, we'll have tea together, and we'll just sit in the park and talk. And this was after like 3 weeks of them not showing up for any meeting. And finally they showed up for that particular, like, simple thing is me suggesting that let's have a cup of tea and talk and chat about different things, we don't have to address the issue at hand right now. And all of them came. Okay, which was something I felt worked for my entire team. So I feel that was my moment of a leader. I'm not saying I'm a leader. I always don't like making decisions, and I am also a follower. But that was my moment of leadership, maybe, that I saw in me. That's what I want you to think about.
Mm.
So, and if you think it's less time, you can think about it and tell me next class. So, what do you want to do?
Next class, next class.
Come on, what is this? Okay,
You,
but will you remember to tell me?
yeah.
Then I'm banking on you. If you come back and tell me, no, I've forgotten, I don't know what I'll do. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Okay. We're talking about the 5 P's of leadership. Okay, can you read out the 5 P's?
Ah, personal attribute, position, purpose, practices, product. Leave.
Okay, now what do you think they are? Huh?
Huh?
What?
5 P's of leadership, personal attribute,
Yeah, I got that.
the qualities of leadership.
Huh? So I'm saying personal attribute. What do you think we're meaning by personal attribute? What are the personal attributes do you think we're talking about here in a leader?
Yeah. There's charisma, ability to get things done.
So always do you have to have charisma?
Yeah, pretty much. If you want, especially in a democratic system, it's very important. Unless you want to be
You're
more of a,
contra-
if
okay,
you want to
fine.
be more of like a low-fi leader, I guess you don't need it. But if you want to be,
Mhm.
the charming president type, great leader, yeah, you need
I
that.
don't know why I heard you say Trump, and I was like, what is this guy talking about? Okay, fine,
Trump is
got it.
great, but yeah, he is a good leader, even if I don't agree with his principles.
Okay, cool. The thing is, there's something contradictory about charismatic leadership and democratic leadership, which we will talk about later, which I will tell you later, okay?
Okay,
For now, some personal attributes that are really, really important are empathy. What do you think that means?
feeling other people's emotions. I don't know. It's to make you see look like you're. It's to make you like if you don't have empathy, you'll be seen as like out of touch and the
Okay,
thing that you don't know what it's like being done.
okay. And what do you think is the difference between sympathy and empathy, Pradyum?
Huh?
What do you
Sympathy is
think
like,
is, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, sympathy is like,
So
is
if I,
feeling bad for someone,
hmm,
and empathy is like understanding the feelings of each other.
excellent. So we usually say empathy is basically, you know, you take that person's position and then you understand, you experience that. That is empathy. Okay. So um, you take the person's position in the sense you see their point of view from their position. And sympathy is basically you are where you are and you're just looking at someone and you're feeling bad for them. So that is just a looking down on someone and just feeling bad, and that's all, right? So empathy, do you think is important for a leader?
Mm.
Yes, is that a yes or no?
Huh?
Do you think empathy is important for a leader?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think communication is important for a leader?
Huh?
Do you think communication is important for a leader?
Yeah.
What about respect?
Yeah.
What about a vision?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. What about flexibility? Is flexibility important for a leader?
Huh? Yeah.
Yes or no? And what do you think I mean by flexibility?
Being able to adapt to like different circumstances.
Okay, fine. Moving on to the next. We've spoken about the personal attributes. So five P's is something, Pradyun, this is the model that is being used in organizations as well. So see, you already know it. So when the like even if you're talking about the big five companies or the top five companies hiring, this is the thing that they look at. Okay. I didn't want you to give, I know you can understand this, that's why I have put it here. But if there's a problem understanding, just let me know. Okay. So the next one says position. What do you think position means?
The where like what like office they hold, like president and all that.
Okay. No. So position is so sometimes there are leaders by choice, and then who are like legally they are supposed to be in that position, so appointed leaders, right? So was Hitler a leader by choice, or was he an appointed leader?
Leader by choice. I think he was
Excellent.
voted in the elections.
Okay, so here we talk about the legitimacy. Okay, so like if it's legal, like whatever position you're in, if that is offered to you, like if you're appointed or if you just taken that position yourself. So the legitimacy of a particular position that you're holding is what I mean by position here. So do you think legitimacy of a position matters? So the fact that it's legit,
Yeah.
it matters, right? So how can the effect be different of a legitimate leader and illegitimate leader? Like how would you perceive them differently?
Legitimate leaders like have more of a they're more like accepted.
Official, yes, accepted, and
But also like their leadership is a lot more like stable, I guess.
lot more stable. Okay, and so do people listen to them more?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Okay, and let's talk about the leader by choice, who are illegitimate leaders, so who probably take up that position by war or conquering. If we are talking about places, we're talking about countries. But illegitimate leaders might arrive in companies and all small workspaces. For example, we have given you a project, right? You have a 10-member team. I have given you a project. There's no leader required there. You all are expected to work together. But suddenly you take the initiative that I'm going to lead, and this is where the project will go towards, and you start taking decisions for that, right? So do you think you will be listened to? Like if you have empathy, communication, vision, all of the qualities that we spoke about, or do
Yeah.
you think you will have a lot of competitors within that?
I think if you have empathy and all that, you won't have a lot of like, competition.
You won't. So you think if you have the correct leadership qualities and you're taking the initiative, you might have people who will listen to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Next, purpose. What do you think I mean by purpose?
Stupid ringtone.
What do you think I mean by purpose?
Huh? Purpose, So, so the purpose, like what are leaders trying to accomplish? Why are they there?
Hmm. So vision.
Yeah.
So
Or it
do
could
you
be
think
like, like what is the requirement of that post?
yeah, exactly. So do you think establishing the purpose or telling people about the purpose is important, Pradyan?
Huh?
You
Yeah.
think making everyone aware of the purpose is important?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that gives you more legitimacy, and then it makes you align your vision with the leader's vision. So for the smoother functioning of everything, right? Practices, what do we mean by practices?
Huh?
What do we
Practice.
mean by practices?
What do they do? What do they do?
Okay. So what do they do? How do they do? Are the practices. Okay. So what if there is no consensus within your team, Pradyun, under your leadership? How are you going to bring the team together? What are the few tactics that you think you're going to use?
I don't know.
Say I have given you a project and I have appointed you the leader, and but none of you are agreeing on a particular thing. So how do you think you're going to make your team work?
I don't know. Keep debating, I guess.
Keep brainstorming. I think that's a better idea. Now, if you keep debating, you won't come for a solution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
Okay.
brainstorming.
Yeah. Keep brainstorming and then keep refuting unless you get the. That's a good way. Okay. And do you think motivating others is an important aspect of leadership, Ranjan?
Huh?
Do you think motivating others is an important aspect to leadership?
Yeah.
It is.
Otherwise, they won't do anything, and you can't do anything by yourself, right? You need other people to, like,
So
fulfill.
motivation is important, right? We
Yeah.
mentioned that before. Okay. Finally, we have product. Uh, Pretty self-explanatory, but what do you think is product? Hmm?
Huh?
Product.
What are you trying to? What is the product of your work?
Yeah. And obviously, a leader will be judged by the product. Even if he has personality, purpose, practices, position, whatever he has, ultimately the goal and the vision has to be fruitful. So the product is important, as we know, right? So would you remember this? The 5 P's?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Uh, we'll get into the other thing that I had for you later. But should we quickly do a comprehension? Or I had a TED
Comprehension.
talk for you. Huh?
Yeah, fine. TED Talk.
Anything you don't want to? Okay. Thing is, I'll show you one thing. So we were talking about charisma, right? We will
Yeah.
get into the depth of charisma later, but we can just watch this, and you basically have to form your opinion about the goods and the bads of charisma. You can also write up a sketch on. Okay, that we'll do together. Never mind. I want you to actually understand what it is and if it's good or bad, or if it's important, like we just spoke about. Okay. Wait, there's some problem here. Should I just send you the link or something?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Or give it a second.